Hey guys, Sonic Smashbro here, and Speed Duel King of Games is done for this month as well. Last time, when it came to Speed, Synchron got its absolute glow-up, Stardust Acceleration, 2 new cards that are actually really good, and just in general, it got the tools it really needed, minus, still not having Young Speeder, but what can you do? So this month, I think it's only fitting we follow that up with Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, I will say, this used to be really broken. But even with the ban list hits coming up, they're going into effect tomorrow actually, Red Dragon Archfiend is still really good. So, let's take a look at it. With the skill of choice, witness why I am known as the True King. So, you can only use this skill's second and third effects once per duel, and first effect is just the restriction. You can't normal or special summon any monsters except for synchro monsters and level 5 or lower dragon or fiend monsters, which means we can play Evil Eye stuff for some reason. Second effect, send 1 card from your hand and 1 you control to the graveyard, then play 1 level 8 Red Dragon Archfiend monster from your extra deck in face down defense position. Its battle position can be changed. This can also cheat out Scarred Dragon Archfiend, so keep this in mind. Third effect, if you control Red Nova Dragon, or if only your opponent controls a monster, set 1 Fiendish Chain from your hand or deck. This can be activated the same turn. Let's get this started, shall we? With the new Resonator, well, new you are anyway, Double Soul Resonator. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand except for Soul Resonator. Also, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for Dark Synchro monsters. If a card or cards you control would be destroyed by a card effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Each effect of Soul Resonator is once per turn. Next up is a hand trap we can search with it, the Skullmeister. During the player's turn, when a card effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to negate that effect. That is really nice. Great the Salamangreat, pun not intended there, I swear. Pretty good in the Predaplants, well, mainly the one Biblis for the Star Ascension if they don't chain block it. Really annoying. And also screws Dragonic Contact out of Crosskeeper draws or Liquid Holder draws, again if they don't chain block it. Anyway, Double Crimson Resonator. Still arguably the best Resonator of the deck, but with the ban list hits, it might be Soul Resonator now. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly 1 Dark Dragon type Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your hand or deck except for Crimson Resonator, and you can only use each effect of Crimson Resonator once per turn. During the turn you activate either of Crimson Resonator's effects, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck except for Dark Dragon type Synchro monsters. So, we're locked into Dark Dragon Synchros by the cards rather than the skill. Our options are just so good it doesn't matter. Anyway, Double Bone Archfiend, the only non-tuner of the deck that we actually summon. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card. Also, once again, you're locked to Dark Dragon Synchro monsters for the rest of the turn from the extra deck. You can target 1 base-set monster you control that has a level. Send 1 Fiend Tuner from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, increase or decrease that monster's level by 1, each effect is once per turn. This used to send Tuning Gum to the graveyard, which also has targeting protection for Synchro monsters. I think you see what the problem was there. Anyway, the last of our new Resonators, Double Vision Resonator. If a level 5 or higher Dark monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from your deck to your hand, and this effect is also once per turn, but it's so good. It's just so good. And lastly, for monsters, the classic Synchron Resonator. If a Synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Synchron Resonator once per turn this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target a Resonator monster in your graveyard except for Synchron Resonator, and add it to your hand, not once per turn. It's disgusting. This effect is busted. Anyway, on to spells and traps. We're starting this off with Double Crimson Gaia. During your main phase, you can add a Red Dragon Archfiend or a card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand except for Crimson Gaia. When your Red Dragon Archfiend declares an attack, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. That's disgusting when you remember what Red Dragon Archfiend's effect actually is. Furthermore, if a monster or monsters on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. Mind you, each effect is once per turn, but they're all such disgusting effects. I would play 3 if not for the fact that we need Book of Eclipse. And I'd play 2 Book of Eclipse if we didn't need Crimson Gaia consistency, because Crimson Gaia here can search Soul Resonator. Anyway, Book of Eclipse. Change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. During the end phase of this turn, flip as many face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls as possible face-up, then your opponent draws cards equal to the number of monsters flipped face-up by this effect. We need this for going second. We absolutely need this for going second, there's like no question about it. Triple Resonator Call, add a Resonator monster from deck to hand, not once per turn, so this is just a way to play 3 less cards essentially, which is kinda dumb. Next up, Scarlet Security. If you control a Red Dragon Archfiend, destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Harpy's Feather Duster for Red Dragon Archfiend that's also searchable by Crimson Gaia and Vision Resonator. Need I say more? Now for traps, we got Fiendish Chain. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. Negate the effects of that face-up monster while it is on the field. Also, the face-up monster cannot attack. When it is destroyed, destroy this card. Pro tip. Even if a monster is unaffected by other card effects or unaffected by spell traps, I'm pretty sure Fiendish Chain still goes through. Actually, it might not go. It doesn't go through on the Ancient Here stuff. But I know for a fact, like, unaffected passive effects, like with Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, Fiendish Chain does still go through. Miscellaneous Saurus, it still goes through. If it's unaffected on the text of the actual card you're targeting, I'm pretty sure it will not work. So do keep that in mind. There's certain things it'll hit, certain things it won't, but it's also beautiful for dealing with frickin' Miscellaneous Saurus. Poorly designed card. Alongside it, however, is its partner in crime, Fiendish Golem. Target one monster on the field with 2,000 or more attack points. Banish it until the end phase of the next turn. Then if you activated this card while you controlled Red Dragon Archfiend, or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can set one Fiendish Chain directly from your deck or graveyard. Lastly, Triple Red Rain. This is essential now. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field except for the monsters with the highest level. Also, the remaining basic monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects except for their own until the end of this turn. If a dark dragon type synchro monster is synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand once per turn. The banishing is not once per turn though, and that's beautiful because we need this into Lyralus going first. This is essentially mandatory. We need this into Exorcister going first. We just need this in general nowadays because we're not going to have access to Tuning Up anymore. We're not going to have access to Void Ogre Dragon anymore. So, yeah, and even then, this was still essential into Lyralus. Anyway, that matchup was like nearly impossible. It's like the one bad matchup we have that's consistently unbearable. Anyway, on to the extra deck, starting off with Red Nova Dragon. This card gains 500 attack points for each tuner monster in your graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effects. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target the attacking monster, banish this card, and if you do, negate that attack. During the next end phase, special summon this card, banished by this effect. So, it's got some dualities to Shooting Star Dragon, which is very fitting, all things considered. Next up, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. During each player's turn, you can target one basic card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target a tuner monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Each effect is once per turn. The tuner effect, as of now, is basically useless. Same can be said for Bane's tuner effect, where it can just bring out tuners, because there's no main phase 2. Anyway, Red Dragon Archfiend. This card's name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard, so this can cheat out Scarlet Security. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon a Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck, treat it as a synchro summon. Then, if this card was sent to the graveyard as a synchro material for a Dark Dragon synchro monster, you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. This effect is once per turn. And it's so good. This punishes Super Poly, this punishes Lynx. It's just such good stuff, dude. Alongside it, Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend. This card's name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard, so again, cheats out Scarlet Security. Once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card, other than this card, then inflict 250 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. This is 500 normally. They changed it for Duel Links to prevent easy OTKs. And now, for the one and only, the original, Red Dragon Archfiend. After damage calculation, if this card attacks a defense position monster your opponent controls, destroy all defense position monsters your opponent controls. During your end phase, destroy all other monsters you control that did not declare an attack this turn. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. So, Double Red Rising Dragon is next. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can target one Resonator monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Dark Dragon type Synchro monsters. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, which is a useless effect. Honestly, this is just here for Synchro Climbing, and it's such a good Synchro Climbing card. Recovery, Extender, you name it, it does it all. Next up, we got Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. You contribute one other monster to target a Red Dragon Archfiend monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Amusingly, it contributes itself to bring itself back. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you special summon a tuner monster with the same level, one from your deck and one from your graveyard, so 2 tuner monsters actually, in defense position, which is just a useless effect, but each effect is once per turn, so, what can you do? This can bring back Abyss. Need I say more? And lastly, in place of Void Ogre Dragon, we have Dark End Dragon. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. This card loses 500 attack points and defense points, and if you do, you send that target to the graveyard. Well, assuming you can target anything anyway. Freaking Cobalt Sparrow. Anyway. That is it for the extra deck. Yeah, Void Ogre Dragon's a spell trapping it if you have no cards in hand, which RDA was very easily able to do. So, yeah, we can't do that anymore, but again, the deck is still really good. You'll see what I mean. As usual, we got some bonus replays first. And well, we're starting off weird. We're dealing with Time Thief, not Tindangle. Or Subterror. You'd think it'd be Subterror or Shaddoll or something, considering this is Akira and he plays a lot of flip monsters, because you know Tindangle.
My soul! I am Duel! From my hand, I activate a continuous spell. Watch this. I activate my monster's effect.
Cricket effect, Taylor.
I activate my monster's effect. There's only...
Good start, Dragon Archfiend on the field.
I attack you. Here I go. I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. Now's the time. I special summon a monster. I set a card. What will you do now? I activate my spell.
And Resonator Call off the top.
I activate a continuous spell. I activate
Just casually blow his stuff up.
Slow down. I flip over. Reveal yourself. I special summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. That won't work.
Another freaking Veiler.
Monster's effect. That I will annihilate out of my way.
Too bad I don't care.
I draw. I'll set a get ready. Go. I attack. What will you do now? I end my turn. Continuous spell. I activate my spell card. I activate my spell card. Resonator card. The tuner monster. The king. Die.
And well, that's just how it goes, folks.
I activate my Synchron Resonator's effect activates. Witness why I am known as the my soul. I activate a continuous Duel. You have.
And goodbye. Kaboom. So next up, we've got this weirdness. I was expecting Speedroid, and then I got hit with Ancient Warriors. And it's oddly fitting that we have one of the Arc 5 U-Boys for this, considering how this goes.
Heavy is if you're Let's duel. You from my hand, I activate a continuous spell.
Tanky, I'm just not gonna make you guys sit through Ancient Warriors. You kind of know how this goes.
For my hand,
Because honestly, this is boring. So he has the spell negate, the Graveyard Banisher, a bouncer, akin to compulsory, and something to blow my stuff up. So I chose to threaten this guy with Crimson Gaia. Thankfully, he took the bait.
I'm setting a card. I'm setting a card.
Fiendish Chain, hit the link, and now everything doesn't have enough attack points to stop what I'm about to do here. I did say it was fitting that it was one of the U-boys here.
Rise, my Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
We're mimicking Jack vs. Yuya round 1.
All right. I activate my monster.
Thank you, Soul Resonator.
Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend effect activates. Set on battle. Feel the roar of the mighty. Attack Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Molten Crimson Flare.
Quite literally mimicking Jack vs. Yuya round 1.
You're pretty great at this.
You know, the better duel of the two. Let's be real here. Anyway, speaking of Arc 5, pre-nerf Predaplant, because, you know, people don't seem to think Predaplant's gonna survive. I mean, I didn't either, and then I will admit I was wrong. They are still functional post-ban list. They just can't board break for free anymore.
Feel the fury.
I'm go.
Heavy is the
Now,
Duel. It's my turn. I activate my spell card. Resonator Call. I activate my
And so we have the Crimson Soul combo. Although in this case, we're not going to be extending very easily anymore.
My I activate my monsters effect.
I don't think so.
Yeah, if you were wondering why I specifically grabbed Division Resonator, I knew about the effect Veiler.
I special summon a monster. Behold as the stars high above in the sky. Rise, Red Nova Dragon. I activate my monsters effect.
And yeah, little thing, you don't ever want to open Fiendish Chain.
My soul. I set it from my hand. I activate a continuous spell. I set Red Dragon Archfiend's effect activate. I end my turn.
Here I go.
Go
A little unfortunate that I had to use Soul Resonator to keep a body on the field, but what can you do? I say that because, let's be real, these guys are a bunch of cowards.
I'll be nice.
Oh no, another unrespondable Drosophilum Hydra play. Won't miss that.
5 Predaplant Drosophilum. Predaplant Opera Scorpio.
So honestly, if you're trying to get rid of that, you may as well just ban the Hydra. It's an R rarity. It's not making you any money.
Activate my trap. Fiendish Chain.
Biblisps effect activates when it's sent to the graveyard. I activate the spell card. I fusion summon a monster. Appear.
You know, in hindsight, I really should have grabbed Vayne, but oh well.
Activates when it's fusion summoned. I activate the spell card. Predaplant Saracenians. From my hand, I activate my spell card. I activate Ambulomelodis' effect. Predaplant Darling Saracen. A Predaplant effect special summons Darling Tonia Cobra. I activate the spell card. Fusion Summon.
So, one Dragostapelia, that's already proving he doesn't play by the ban
I
list.
activate the Eclipse spell. Appear.
And to make matters worse,
From my hand, I activate my spell card. I activate a field spell.
2 Dragostapelias!
I activate my
Anyway.
spell fusion summon. Go level 8. I activate my spell card. I'll set it. Let's Dragostapelia activates its effect.
I flip over my face.
Let's not take any chances, shall we?
Activate a
I
field
activate my
spell.
trap card.
I think he saw no point in activating that because in going for the attack, because even if he banished with Drosophilum Hydra's graveyard effect, I'd have just gotten RDA back anyway. So we'll start with security. Get rid of Predator Blast.
My spell card. Resonator card. Watch this. I activate
Dragostapelia.
I was hoping you'd take the bait.
I activate my monsters effect. Watch this. I activate my monsters effect. I activate my monsters effect. I set a card. My crimson dragon shines upon the fly. Red rising dragon, come to me.
So I choose to go Abyss here because I suspected he had Saraceni in hand and I didn't want to just push for game mindlessly.
Let's attack. I activate a continuous
So little thing I didn't know until now. What wins here?
Fiend Meteor.
Yeah, Red Dragon Archfiend does not care. Even if you have the Predator counter,
Just to annoy me.
it still beats out Dragostapelia when it's face up after damage calc. Yeah, I did not know that until just then. Anyhow, 9 attempts later, I get a much better run than I did with Constructor Fusion this month. I am making up for that abomination in full. So, 2 rank up attempts ruined, one by a brick and one by getting hit with Book of Eclipse later. We get to this attempt. And we're starting off with Exosister.
Remove.
Man, am I glad I opened the full combo.
Don't expect. I activate my watch. This.
So, normally we search Bone Archfiend guaranteed no matter what, just to guarantee we have the extender for Void Ogre. But we don't have that anymore, so we can usually safely search Skullmeister for some matchups. And even then I had Bone Archfiend anyway.
Activate my come to me. The two
So we get Vision and Synchron.
as the stars high above and rise. I activate
Chain Scar
my
Dragon
monster.
Archfiend, chain 2 Vision Resonator to chain block the Scar Dragon Archfiend so we guarantee Abyss.
Witness why I
Search Golem because I want to set the Resonator call as a bluff.
the king. Dark abyss unleashed. Hot red synchron resonate as
Make a hard Abyss, get back Vision,
set a concept.
and set 3 essentially.
I end my
So this is pretty good.
do it.
It's not perfect, but it'll do.
I draw. Watch this.
And then we get Kaiju.
I'll play the card at this card. Perfect. I activate my monsters.
I activate my trap. Fiendish chain.
I simply did not care. I just wanted the Fiendish Chain that immediately.
I activate.
I knew about packs, I just kind of wanted them to waste it.
This card's perfect. This card's perfect. I exceed summon a monster.
Pathetic.
I
Flip
activate
over
my
my
monsters
face down
effect.
card.
So there goes Red Nova.
I end my
Don't
turn.
expect
And he has a
I
Kaiju.
Your
draw.
turn.
I activate my monsters. Watch this. Come to me.
I need to get stronger, but I'm failing.
I'll duel until my fire is extinguished, which is never.
So, little tidbit here. That had been Crimson Gaia. Scarlight would have came out to play. And, well, you know how that would have ended. Or even just Dark End. That would have taken him out anyway.
Flame and I are. There's only one. If you had the ready,
And so I'm pretty sure this is pre-nerf Salamangreat. I want to say it is. Well, there's the draw unlock. The other card was Sanctuary, I believe. Checking the over right now. Yep. Doesn't matter. This guy's playing 2 Sanctuaries anyway.
Grate of Fire! Summoning Salamand Grate of Fire activates its effect.
So, Chronicled Gazelle. Why am I not surprised?
I Link Summon.
Soulburner's theme is at least pretty good, but that's like one of the few pluses I can give this guy.
I activate. Here's Salamand Great Gazelle's effect. Salamand Great Gazelle. Here's Salamand Great Gazelle's effect. I activate Salamand Great. This wild
So,
steed
free
raises
Mirage
the
Stallion,
target.
really do
Great
go,
three.
bro.
I activate Mirage Salamand Great. I activate my field spell. Blaze the circuit.
And right away we'll be able to tell if it's pre-nerf or not.
Salamand Great Phoenix effect.
Yep, because
activates.
recurrence, of course.
I activate my spell card. Salamand Great Recurrence. I activate my quick Salamand Great Phoenix.
Why would you
Blaze the
Burning
circuit.
Shell there? That makes
I
no
Link
sense.
Appear. Sunlight Wolf's effect activates. I blaze the circuit that scorches the path B. Reborn. Check out Sunlight Wolf's reincarnation effect. I set a card. I set unset.
I don't understand. Why do you Burning Shell there? It makes no sense.
I end my turn.
We'll set the Fiendish Chain.
Come on out. I activate my monster effect. Now's my chance. This is the card I set. I activate my counter trap. I activate my monster's effect. I don't think
So this guy just loaded up on counter traps for whatever reason. I will never understand.
Activate my counter. I activate my spell card. Resonator card. I summon them. I activate my monster's effect. There's only. I activate my. Watch this. A tuna monster. Sunlight Wolf's effect. I activate my trap. Fiendish chain. Behold as the stars high above and the stars rise. I activate my witness why I am known as the myself.
So let's just force the Banelings.
Dark abyss unleashes its reign.
This is not a perfect end board by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still pretty good.
Dragon Archfiend abyss's effect.
I go ahead and get back Soul because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need
I
it.
banish Salamand Great of Fire from my
Yeah, that's in damage calc, so Skullmeister cannot activate.
I activate
Why would you pay the life points there? It makes no sense.
The hot red Dragon Archfiend come to me. Salamand Great
I end my
turn. I check out Sunlight Wolf.
Why would you activate that?
I activate Salamand Great Spinny's effect. I activate
Let's not say we did.
Monster's effect. I blaze the circuit that scorches the path to the Link 3. Heatleo's effect activates when it's Link summoned. Resound. The swirling flames awaken Heatleo's true strength.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, he's gonna go for something. It's not gonna matter because I have Red Nova.
Setting a card.
So I can just safely
Let's battle.
wait out whatever card he has.
Red Nova Dragon. Red Nova Dragon. Rise.
And hey, the Banished didn't get an attack actually did something for once. It's rare, but it ever does.
I'm good. I end my turn. I don't think so. Possible. I flip over my
Bruh.
I activate
3 straight counter traps.
This is a battle. Kneel before your king. Red Nova Dragon.
Bye. I mean, granted, even if you didn't pay the life points, you wouldn't have had enough to stop me, though. So, I mean, hey, we take those. Doesn't change that he was still bad and carried by counter trap spam there, but we take those. The smarter play is to Burning Shell and have Transcendence ready. Just saying. Anyway, I want to say this is... this Exorcister? No, this is Subterror. Right, this is Subterror.
Heavy as I'm Duel.
Low-key, I kind of forgot.
Don't I activate mine come to me. I set a
I choose to get rid of Scarlet's security this turn because I know I'm not going to need it.
I activate my monster's effect. I activate my
Frickin' Valor.
Mountains will crumble as the land is engulfed. Hot ready. I activate my trap.
The multiple red rains is actually going to matter here, trust me.
Why I am known as the Hot red Dragon Archfiend veins come to me. I end my turn.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay,
From my hand.
Pot of Duality, I'm going to make the sacrifice and red rain right away.
My face down card.
Good call, because that was super poly.
Trap card. I never expected. I will set a card. I flip over my set card. I activate a field. I activate a field spell. Now. I flip over my face.
Let's not say we did. He tried to freaking Book of Moon me. Yeah, read my cards there, buddy. Red Rain made me unaffected. Bane.
Don't expect me to
So, we know he has Phoenix in hand. We know that card is probably super poly. Crimson Gaia off the top.
I activate a continuous spell. Come to me.
How do you like Soul Resonator?
My monster. You were much more
Just straight rage quits. That's what you get for playing Sub-Cancer, bro. And so, I knew I wouldn't escape this eventually. Dragonic Neos, and you know what that means? More Dragonic Contact Unresponsible Super Polys. Yay. But honestly, this went weird, if I remember this right.
Remove time to duel. Don't I activate my spell card.
So, yeah, I think I remember this.
Activate my come on out. Come to me.
Normal summon, add the Skullmeister, pitch both my Soul Resonators, so I'm gonna get one back with Synchron Resonator anyway.
I activate a tuna monster. Behold, as the stars high above and rise. I activate my monster's effect.
And so here, we have what I really wish was my end board if I went first going into the next game, but we'll get to that later. This is basically our ultimate end board now, since we, you know, don't have the necessary cards to make our ultimate end board otherwise.
Resonate as effect activates. I set a card. I set a card. I set a card.
So Red Rain, Golem, Chain.
Oh yeah.
That's still pretty good. Speaking of unresponsible Super Poly, yeah, he identified the bigger threat as Abyss.
Here comes. Here I go. My monster. Neospace. My monster's effect.
Playing Neo Space Connector, you know what? Based, because Neo Space Connector is actually pretty cool.
I activate the spell card. Miracle. I know you'll help me out. I fusion summon on my monster's effect. I activate my trap.
Let's kind of just not do that, buddy.
From my hand, I activate a quick play spell. My face down card. I activate my trap.
This way I didn't have to worry about the Soul Resonator banish, because I knew he was going to try and cheese me somehow.
Summon a monster. My turn. It's my turn. I draw. Come to me. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster. My specials. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect.
I think in hindsight, I should have gone
I activate a continuous spell. My crimson
increase level to get Abyss back,
on the
but
inside. I activate red rising dragon. Activate
I think I was
my
more
effect. Come
concerned
on
with the
out.
fact that...
I special summon.
Wait, did I go Dark End here? I think I did, yeah. I was more concerned about Kiteroid, but nonetheless. Pardon if you hear stuff in the background. I'm recording earlier in the morning, which is not my usual recording time because, you know, my actual recording time was cut off early. Final game, Laralus. going second. Realistically, I auto-lose. Especially with this hand.
I refuse. Come out. I activate my month special summoning Cobalt Sparrow.
God.
My beautiful
This is why I usually only record after midnight.
from high above. I activate Mirror
So this guy has all the tools to guarantee that he has untargetable run, but he doesn't search the Bird Sanctuary, strike one, doesn't go Recital Starling to search the Barrel Canary that way, and pitch the Wagtail, and then use Nightingale's effect to pitch the Cobalt, because he can just get the Wagtail back anyway.
It's my turn.
He ends up just going straight to Robin. That is gonna cost you.
I'm setting a card. I'm setting a card. I activate my trap.
So I opt
to activate my Nightingale's
There's
effect.
only one.
to go for this.
Come to you. Our mountains will crumble as the land isn't hot red. I activate my month. I activate my month. I activate my.
I use one overlay unit to activate Unstoppable
Yeah, your fiendish chains there, buddy.
Witness why I am known as the. My. From my hand, I activate a continuous spell. Watch this. I activate my monster's effect.
Has Veiler for some reason. I was gonna go for freaking
Hot red Dragon Archfiend Fame's effect come to
Synchron Resonator there, but what can you do?
attack. I activate a continuous spell. Red Dragon Archfiend's
I mean, no, was it Bone Archfiend pitched that and then try and get and send Nightingale to the graveyard?
Attack! Hot red Dragon Arch. I end my.
It was something, I don't know what it was. Anyway,
I activate the spell card, Mirrorless Bird Call.
why would you freaking...
Mirrorless
Why would you Barrel Canary there? Oh my god.
Mirrorless. My beautiful bird dance above the battlefield. Descend.
Now see, I don't care about that. Red Rain
All your moves.
Barrel Canary's effect.
has the barrel.
Mirrorless.
Fortunately, because Red Rain makes me unaffected by all card effects except my own in this case, I'm actually safe from Recital Starling cheesing me here.
My graveyard. Battle. Assemble Nightingale. That ends my
Don't
turn.
expect me to. I draw.
So,
Activate a continuous.
You can't cheese me this time.
Overlay unit to activate my Nightingale's effect.
Watch this. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my come on out. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect. Watch this. I synchro summon a monster. I activate my trap card. I activate my monster's effect. The tuna monster. Sink the king. Dark Abyss unleash. Hot red. Synchron Resonator's effect activate.
And now you're stuck in a grind game.
I end my
Here
turn.
I go.
Go ahead.
My turn.
Attack.
I draw. I set a card. I lost.
There's only
There we go. I don't know how that went the way it did, but I'll take it. Red Dragon Archfiend in King of Games. Post-ban list in pre-ban list format. So, honest opinion, still top 5. Red Dragon Archfiend is still really freaking strong. Combo flexibility, being able to search a graveyard or disruption hand trap, being able to just constantly combo off, constantly recover, and Crimson Gaia is just a really stupid card in general. The only negative right now is that the board is no longer unbreakable, but some of the matchups we would lose because of that are also getting nerfed. The only matchups I'd say still genuinely suck are probably like Lyrilusk, definitely, that's like the worst matchup we've got. Subterror to some extent, and honestly, Exosister has been proving to be kind of annoying. Ancient Gear as well is just very non-interactive. You need actual back row removal for that, let alone quick play back row removal, and we don't have that in this deck. That's kind of like the one downside. But Red Dragon Archfiend is Still strong. Still definitively, like, probably top 5 deck in the format. Like, it's this, Dragonic Contact, I'd still say Dino's Toxic, Subterra, Lyrilisk, post-nerf. Like, I just think Untargetable Nightingale, Untargetable Xyz is just that busted. But that's just me, make of it what you will. Anyway, Red Dragon Archfiend has a lot of power to it. It has a lot of power, a lot of flexibility, a lot of recovery. The only card it doesn't have right now, aside from, like, Flame Crime, is Red Zone. That's it. And we don't need it right now. We have all this. It's so good. But, you know, post-ban list, this thing is still strong. I'm glad they actually nerfed it the way it did instead of it get nerfed instead of, you know, gutting it to save Dragonic Contact. Sorry, Hyde. So, definitely still good. Definitely still recommendable. And hey, Jack is awesome anyway, so that's a bonus. So, that's all I have to say about this one. Until the next video, whatever it might be. Later, guys.